My name is Kimberly Breeden. I'm an occupational therapist, and I am one of the founding partners of Aspire OT. And if you're familiar with Aspire OT, you already know our mission is to empower occupational therapy practitioners by providing continuing education that is evidence-based and provides strategies and tools that you can take straight to practice. At Aspire OT, we absolutely value all of the evidence and research that has contributed to our profession, as well as the frameworks and guidelines that really guide us as practitioners. But as Nicole and I have served as mentors to OTs, OTAs, and students, we have found that we're able to share some very helpful strategies and approaches or techniques or even mindsets that may not be evidence-based. They may not be found in the textbook, but they've been very valuable in our practice. And so in order to continue to empower OT practitioners, Aspire OT has decided to start a new series, and we're calling it OT Spill the Beans. And this is where we share or kind of spill the beans to those strategies, those approaches, those thoughts, those mindsets that we have found have been very helpful in our practice. And our goal is that maybe they'll help you in your practice. So today, as I'm getting off work, because I am an OT practitioner, I wanted to share my number one. So my number one is a mindset. It's an approach. And I want to kind of start out with where I found I needed this. I just remember as a new OT practitioner being always monitoring when I was with a client, monitoring for signs of, do they like me? Did they like what I have to say? Do they think I'm a good practitioner? Do they think I'm a knowledgeable practitioner? If they ask me a question that I may not know the answer to, does that mean they think I'm not a good practitioner? And so that's very stressful. And I've found that I was really kind of in my own head, and that was probably making things even more stressful. So my number one tip is it's not about you and it's not about me as a OT practitioner. It's about our clients. And I want you to kind of think about that for a minute. That means that it doesn't matter if our clients like us. It doesn't matter what they think about us, because it's about them. It's about us giving ourselves to that treatment session, to that client, and we are whatever they need us to be. Sometimes that might mean that we're not so likable. But isn't that what therapeutic use of self is if we really boiled it down to a simple term? That therapeutic use of self means we are whatever our client needs us to be in a therapeutic way. And so that might mean that I say something that they don't necessarily like or they didn't want to hear. Now, please keep in mind when I say that therapeutic use of self doesn't always mean you're likable, that doesn't mean that we are in any way unprofessional, disrespectful, rude, judgmental, or subjective, really, right? It just means that we are using our OT skills to really determine what this client needs us to be in a therapeutic way so that they can maximize their recovery, or they might be working toward re-engaging in an occupation, and we want to maximize that. We want to help them maximize managing whatever challenge that they're facing. So to sum that up, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about the client. And once you kind of approach a treatment session that way, you won't believe how much freedom you can experience when you just let all of that go and just focus on your client. So I hope this was helpful. Nicole and I would love to hear what you have to say, your comments, and be looking for our next OT Spill the Beans, for our next great tip, trick, or approach. And until then, bye.